Hello, Freedom Family. I'm Mark, and I am glad you're here at _Freedom for Life _ and we've got a conversation for you today. I was thinking about what I could tell you, how I could give you a picture of what it looks like to either live from your habits or from your identity. And I thought of how you construct a house. I did construction when I was a kid, 17 years old, first job I got right out of high school, and I learned something there that's pretty interesting that's going to change your life forever. So let's get started, shall we? And as we're getting started, do me a favor, become part of the Freedom family, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you can be a part of every conversation that we're having. Hey, so I was 17 years old and I was trying to make money the summer after high school, and I decided to get a job in construction, and I was just a regular guy doing cleaning up and all that kind of stuff. I didn't have a trade, I didn't have a skill, but I was there and I learned something really interesting in construction. Did you know that when they're building a house, the first thing you don't do is you don't put up the drywall? The reason is because you have a framework. It's called 2x4s, right? We all know this. It's in the walls of our homes and our apartments. Those frameworks are what you attach the drywall to. The reason is if you try and build a house with drywall first and no framing behind it, it basically falls over, it crumbles. It's not got anything to stabilize it. There's no foundation for it to be attached to. So you're spending all your time. Can you imagine putting a home together with just drywall that you're trying to hold it up while you're taping it and you're doing all this stuff, trying to make it, stable and make sure that it's all in place. And then the very first time there's a breeze or an issue or anything that goes on, it all crumbles. That's what it's like when you're trying to walk your way towards freedom with your habits. We've said it in the Life Mastery course, in the Life Mastery book I have, Life Mastery: Living Life by Design, Not by Default. What I've said there is you can't habit your way to freedom, because it's this crumbling thing that you just need to maintain the habits. And if I can keep things up and I can keep saying those mantras and I can keep creating and doing those habits over and over again, I can sustain myself. I don't get free, but at least I don't struggle with the issues that I have until I stop. And then just like that drywall, it all comes crumbling down. See, there's a difference between trying to habit your way to freedom and trying to live from your identity. When I live from my identity, well, that's like nailing drywall to 2x4s. There's a stability and a foundation that I can build my whole life on. When I know who I am, everything else falls into place. I don't have to build myself up to be who I am. I don't have to constantly remind myself. Certainly in our Life Mastery course, we have transformational tools, which are mastering your thoughts, words, and actions. And in using those, well, it's a reminder of who I am until I see that guy show up. When you see that man, that woman show up as the person they're created to be, I don't have to remind myself of who I am. He's living out my life with me all the way through my life. So when you build your life from identity, now all of a sudden you can actually live from who you are. It's that stable foundation that you can build a house on. The house is your life. All the things that you're called to do, the impact you're called to have in the world, the purposes and the plans, like it says in the Bible. When you can start from identity, that house with framework, everything else comes together and it looks magnificent when you're done. When you start with habits, well, as long as you maintain them, good luck, you're going to be able to get there. The problem with that is when I use habits to try and maintain freedom, first off, I don't get freedom. Second off, I'm exhausted. Third off, I don't have any alternative but to continue in those habits as long as I can and sustain them until I get exhausted and quit. When you start with identity, it's effortless, it's easy, it's amazing. I've told this before, and it's in our Life Mastery course. Living from freedom is absolutely easy. It's the easiest thing that you can do, because literally you're just living from who you're created to be. It's just me living out who I'm created to be in every area of my life. And when you know who you are, that's so easy. The hard thing is living apart from freedom and using habits to make up the difference. I don't want you to be exhausted. You don't want to be exhausted. So let's do this. Start your life, start your journey in this Life Mastery life of yours by starting with identity. I know you want to know where you can do that. If you haven't gotten my book, you can check it out. Life Mastery: Living Life by Design, Not by Default. This is a quick start guide in your life mastery journey. It'll get you there quickly so you have tools today to live it out. And if you're one of those people that's all in and all ready to do the full-fledged program, go on our website, freedom-for-life.net. freedom-for-life.net. You can sign up for the course there. I actually have a discovery tool there for you to be able to figure out, hey, where am I at in my life mastery journey? And not just where I'm at, but what's the next step I can take to get to that next level of understanding who I am. At the end of the day, these are the tools that are going to get you your life mastery journey, walking in your identity so you can have the life you're created for. And it's the journey that you're worth. Are you ready to get started? If you are, we're ready to be there for you. Hey, I'm Mark, and I'm glad you're here at _freedom4life_. And do me a favor, as you're leaving this video today, give this to somebody you know. Share it with a friend, a family member, a co-worker who you know is trying to habit their way to freedom and getting exhausted and needs a better approach that starts with freedom. Give me a like. Let me know what's going on here. Let me know in the comments what's going on with your life mastery journey. And if you do nothing else, dominate your day.